What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video where we're going to talk about what is the future of kayak fishing. All right, so listen, as a guy that's been doing this for a long time, like a really long time, a little over 30 years, I've seen all the or at least what I thought was all of the trends in kayak fishing. And I've been a big part of pushing the sport to where it is. So I'm also culpable for what I'm about to accuse the industry of. And that means, and what I think that is that people keep asking the question like, how far is too far? When is it not a fishing kayak anymore? And to be honest with you, I think that question answers itself. The minute you don't know for sure if it's a fishing kayak, it's not a fishing kayak anymore, and it's something else. And guys like me and other influencers or thought leaders or whatever the hell you want to call us continue to play that game to get clicks and to get views and to get engagement. And it's kind of fun. But at the same time, there is a serious underlying issue that we need to address. And there is there are two things that can be true at the same time, meaning have we gone too far, and can you still kayak fish the reason you got into it? And so for me, I answer that question myself by going out and fishing in a $20,000 kayak that's basically a mini bass boat, because that's what it is, by simultaneously grabbing a bona fide RS 117 that costs $1,000, a paddle, a couple of rods, and going out and fishing. And this point really kind of hit home for me when I was discussing fly fishing with the founder of Fish Techie. And we started talking about the fact that I consider fly fishing my fishing because the vast majority of fly fishing is kind of elitist. And therefore, I don't want to be seen as an elitist, if you will. So I fly fish but don't promote it, okay? Well, then the light bulb went off. About the time the hot air coming out of my mouth was barely past the end of my nose, holy crap. I am doing the exact same thing in kayak fishing. Here's what I mean by that. We've pushed the envelope on design by making boats like the XTR 130, which are answering the questions and the desires that the consumer has. But at the same time, I decide when I want to go fishing for fun, I grab the RS 117, I grab a couple of rods. But because I want to keep it simplistic, I don't want cameras and batteries and depth finders and motors and mounts and all that stuff, so I don't film it. So then what ends up happening is I've now become as guilty as anybody else out there about promoting the elitist kayak fishing stuff, but not necessarily promoting the stuff that makes it fun. And I got to be honest, when my son Austin was editing the river fishing video, it really made me realize, man, I literally like watching these types of videos more than I like watching the content with forward-facing sonar and double graphs and all that other stuff. But we have a job in this industry to kind of promote both, but I've really neglected ensuring that we represent both sides. So there's a couple things. One, I'm going to commit to making more content that shows that side of it, even if I inconvenience that pure, simplistic type of fishing that I really enjoy, and that is my way of getting away from all the crap of my job, like you do when you go kayak fishing to get away from the crap from your job. It just so happens that I'm blessed with the best job in the world, so I should suck it up and shut up and just go film it. So I'll do that, because I know somebody's already cracking their knuckles. Oh, you poor thing, you got to go fishing and put a video camera on the back of your boat. I get it. I hear you. But you can still comment because that'll increase engagement. So let me have it. But here's what we've also are doing. The pendulum has swung so far in this industry that all of the companies are competing for the next best, next biggest thing. Meaning, can we put a folding pedal drive? Can we put an extra motor? Can we put two motors? Can we put underslung battery weight? And all of those things are great. Can we put a higher seat and a swivel seat and a luxury seat and a lazy boy seat? Can we just put a boat seat on here that's got cushion and leather and all that other stuff? And that's all great too, because there is a place for that, especially since I got into the sport. I was about the age of my son Austin, who's behind the camera, and now I'm old. So I want things more cushy and comfortable and easy. And there's a lot of you guys that got into it around the same time that I don't want to be schlepping a boat through the woods or loading it and unloading it in the back of your truck. And so that doesn't mean we should neglect the other side of it. So here's what I want to say. I want to challenge the kayak companies out there to start thinking in the other direction. I think we've really conceded the entry level products. We've conceded the gateway boats, and many of those sales have been gobbled up by Alibaba brands. They've been gobbled up by, mass produced kind of entry level stuff like the Ascend series from Bass Pro Shop, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that a better boat could be made for the same amount of money from the companies that already produce these higher end boats that already have all the latches and hatches and covers and handles. All cost is amortized into their more expensive boats. So I think it's time that the pendulum swings back in the other direction. But the only way we can make that happen is that if you guys are asking for it. You have to walk into your dealer and say, man, I want something under 75 pounds or 60 pounds or whatever. Hey, I want something that doesn't have all the tracks and mounts and accoutrement on it because I want to put it on there myself. I don't know what the real answer is other than saying it's time that we as an industry back up, pump the brakes a little bit and say, we don't need 15 mini bass boats. Those are great, but we also need some entry level kayaks that are grab and go boats that are more affordable, that are easier to load and unload. So I'm challenging you guys to ask for that stuff more. If you want to see more content like that, then watch the video we release on river fishing and share the video that we release on river fishing and engage with the content about entry-level boats. Because if we do those videos and they get 3,000 views and we do a video about just buy a boat and it gets 1 million views, I mean, think about it. What would you do if you were trying to make a living doing this? So I'm going to commit to not necessarily chasing the views and chasing the clickbait, clout, all that kind of stuff, and focus on using whatever influence I have in the industry to try to swing that pendulum back in the other direction. But I'm challenging you to help me do the same thing. Because really, if it boiled down to it, gun to my head, you're going to fish the rest of your life in a boat you can drag through the woods, grab a couple of rods, go fishing, or you got to have a trailer, you got to back it down, you got to have a couple of graphs, blah, 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 blah. I'm choosing the simple, easy, probably paddle boat all day because I still deep down inside love kayak fishing for what I got into it for. I'm just blessed with the opportunity to be able to play with all the cool toys, and I think that given the opportunity, most people would. So anyway, y'all light up the comment section below. Do me a favor and share this video to help further perpetuate the dialogue about this topic, and I'll see you guys in the next video.